This is my 9-person audience. And then these are my note cards.
My name is Brinley Steiber. I am doing my Persuasive Speech for Communications 101. So, $716 billion may sound like a lot of money to many people, yet when it comes to our government, this is the bare minimum that is required to run a top-notch Department of Defense. My purpose is to persuade my audience that the budget for the Department of Defense should be increased. I will begin by talking about the newly approved $716 billion budget, why that $716 billion is not enough, and how the country would benefit from a budget increase, and the issues related with a budget that is too small to cover the needs of our military. First, I will talk about the newly approved $716 billion budget. According to an article by Military Benefits, the newly approved budget is funding many aspects of the government of the Department of Defense. The article continues to describe that the new budget increases pay for each member of the military by 2 to 6%. This, in turn, is beneficial for the outcome of our military because with this raise, it will incentivize more people to join the branches of military. From the same article, the budget increase is increasing active duty personnel by 1,600 people. This automatically makes our military stronger by having strength in numbers. The more people that we have in the military, the more jobs and research we can complete with better efficiency. Direct steps to achieve a space force would be involving technology. So space is becoming a more well-known topic and is a place that can be used for many different military missions, such as intelligence, mapping, and research. Now, I will speak about how $716 billion is not enough. More money for the Department of Defense will let the government spend more money on the new technology to help us combat foreign and domestic terrorism, all of which is much too common in today's society. Today, you can see a new technology and technological development almost every single day. With more funding for the Department of Defense, we would not be able to afford the latest and greatest technology, especially when some of the technology we currently use is old and outdated. With additional funding, the government will become stronger and result in better research and development of nuclear warheads, according to thenation.com. This research is extremely important today due to the consistent threats of nuclear warfare against the United States or our allies. We can increase the number of Homeland Security budget and in turn prevent the majority of the drug and human trafficking issue that is running rampant in today's society. We can slow the imports of opioid drugs, we can save money and many lives of the people, which are priceless. If we added just a mere $50 million, we would be able to hire even more personnel. These members don't just have to be front lines either. We, as a whole, would greatly benefit from more mechanics or gunsmiths who would be able to properly maintain our equipment. With the equipment being able to last longer, it will save us money in the long run as well. More importantly, it would keep our soldiers safer using equipment that is properly maintained. Now, I will speak about how the citizens of the United States would benefit from this. So according to the same article by Washington News, the budget increase would increase security, both domestically and foreignly, for our citizens and troops. This way, they would increase security, they would be providing better lives for our troops, and allowing them to succeed at their job. According to that same article, increasing the Veteran Affairs budget would help terms of thousands of veterans seeking medical treatment and further assistance with issues associated with PTSD and other war-related illnesses. On average, across the nation, 23% of the homeless population are military veterans. If you ask me, this number is way too high. So these retired men and women who have sacrificed their lives to protect us and our country, we cannot get enough funding for the VA to properly take care of these individuals and help them out of the situation that they're currently in. With budgets being increased, we can solve many of the safety issues in which we face in today's society. It will also make us stay many steps ahead of the other governments, keeping us known as always the best of the best. Now I will speak about the negative effects of the budget being too small in order to support what our government needs. If we do not have a large enough budget to pay for our soldiers and provide them with the necessary equipment to protect our country, we will end up on the wrong side of wars. So the budget shortfall could result in a large lack of resources for our military, whether that be guns, planes, or other types of sophisticated equipment. Without these advanced tools like drones and spy equipment, our teams will not be able to work or plan out the rest of our ability. So, according to the Republicans.gov website, a total of 158 service members lost their lives in a non-combat incident over the past 3 years. So this means more than 4 times as many who were killed in combat were also killed this way as well. Consider this. So less than 50% of Air Force planes are combat ready. Also, the average age of an Air Force plane is about 27 years old. Can you imagine how technological advances have been made within the last 27 years that could greatly put our Air Force at an advantage? So with some extra spending money, we could either repair those planes and make them more combat ready, or we could replace those planes with ones that are more durable and always will be combat ready. So without this extra money, we would not be able to accomplish this kind of thing. So, in conclusion, as my question to you guys, would you want our military to run out of bullets or bombs or anything that we would need for our military to defend ourselves from attack? Or would you want your family members flying in a combat plane that is 27 years old? We all must support increasing the budget for militaries and the other departments of defense to support our troops.